Security Minister not to respond to the question we have filed relating to the President's profligate, ostentatious, extravagant, and cyberitic travels, which, as you know, we in the NDC caucus in Parliament have raised strong objection about, because it is wasteful, it is totally unconscionable and unpardonable to have a presidential jet which is in pristine condition, to leave the jet, to abandon the jet on the tarmac, and to be renting expensive chartered aircrafts. Now, yesterday we heard from the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee claiming that he has advised the National Security Minister not to respond to the question. First of all, we want to make the point very clearly that that statement is an affront to Parliament. It is an undermine of the authority of the Speaker of Parliament. Order 66.1 of our standing orders is very, very clear. And for the avoidance of doubt, I want to read that provision. Order 66.1 provides, Mr. Speaker shall be the sole judge of the admissibility of a question. So no member of Parliament, no other person than the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Speaker, admits a question. And the question in issue will relate to the President's May travels to Belgium, France, and South Africa. It's a question that has been duly admitted by the Speaker. It does not lie in the mouth of the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee to advise the minister, who only last week was expected to respond to that question. And you know the history. After weeks of government, prevaricating and pussyfooting, the finance minister came and told us that he doesn't have the full, he's not seized with the information on the cost of the travels, and that we should go to the National Security Minister. The National Security Minister was eventually programmed to respond last week. The National Security Minister sent a statement to Parliament, communication to Parliament, that he has had to travel. And so we'll be seeking another convenient time to come respond. At no point did the National Security Minister indicate that the information on the cost of the President's travel has been classified as top secret. And so he will not respond to the Speaker's summons to come answer our question. So we want to state clearly that the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee is totally out of order. He is arrogating to himself powers that he does not have. He must stay clear of the Speaker's authority under Order 66.1. Yes. The other point we want to emphasize is that at a time that this government has submitted a budget and is asking the people of this country, who are already under excruciating hardship, who are suffering, the government is demanding more taxes from an already burdened Ghanaian populace. Will you believe it that at this time, where the government is demanding more taxes, this same government is refusing to be accountable to the people? How can you be demanding more taxes from the Ghanaian people and at the same time refusing to account to the people? We must emphasize that we do not see any national security consideration in this matter. The Speaker of Parliament did not see any national security bar which should prevent the executive from responding to the matter relating to the cost of presidential travels. And that is why the question was duly admitted under Order 66.1. The cost of presidential travels is known in every democracy. You just Google the cost of presidential travel of US presidents, and you will see the cost per hour is about $206,000. If you Google the cost of the royal family of the United Kingdom, their air travels, you'll see it is rated at about £5,000 an hour. That of the German Chancellor, the French President. It is known by citizens of those countries, and it is known by even us who don't live in those jurisdictions and who are not taxpayers in those jurisdictions. So what the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee has done, he is totally out of order. He has undermined the authority of the Speaker. He has affronted the dignity, the power and mandate of Parliament. Yes. And he must be told in very clear language that he does not have any power to advise the National Security Minister not to respond to our question after the Speaker has admitted same. And he has absolutely no power to claim that this matter is classified top secret, and so the Ghanaian people cannot know. How ironic. You want more taxes from the people. Momo tax, e-levy. You are removing benchmark values. You are increasing property rates. You are increasing fees and charges by 15%. And you want to even tailor the fees and charges increases per inflation. You are calling it automatic adjustment. You are imposing burden after burden, hardship after hardship on an already suffering Ghanaian public. Yes. And yet you want to continue. President Akufo-Addo wants to continue to live like a Russian oligarch, like an Arabian king, like a British aristocrat, all three at the same time, at the Ghanaian taxpayer expense. And to add insult to injury, he refuses to be accountable to the Ghanaian people. He refuses to be transparent, and he refuses to show respect to the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. We want to state very clearly that we are not accepting this new found position. The Ghanaian people will not accept this. You want more taxes, you must be accountable. And this is another reason why we in the NDC caucus are clear and unambiguous that we will not support the 2022 budget. We will not support it. We are opposed to it because of the lack of accountability, the lack of transparency. And you see it all around you, even in the Auditor General's report. And that is exactly what the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee has done. So let's be very clear. The position of the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee remains an undermine of the Speaker's authority. Yes. It flouts our standing orders. It is an affront to Parliament. It's not a position of the Foreign Affairs Committee. We have not met. It's not a position of this House. It is of no effect, and we expect the National Security Minister to respond to the Speaker's summons and come answer the questions that he must respond to. Thank you very much.